Welcome to my home. I'll take you on a guided tour.
This is the second floor of the West Wing, and the heart of my sanctuary, the library. From the epic adventures of Marco Polo to the scholarly works of renowned archaeologists such as Howard Carter and Dorothy Garrod, I often come here to lose myself in the pages of lost civilizations and the exploits of intrepid explorers. I had the fireplace modernized quite recently. It's very 1996. I always find the sound of crackling fire soothing, and the perfect ambience for immersing myself in the tales within these pages. Feel free to take a look around. As for some history of the house itself, the Croft family appear in records as residents on the site of the manor as early as 1204, where it was home to knights and squires of the county, loyal to the royal family. The Tudor period style house you see today was believed to have been constructed in circa 1481 by my ancestor, Sir Edmund Croft. He gave the house its iconic look of glowing raspberry colour, and designed its four wings around a central courtyard. When it was first built, the manor was fully moated. I'll show you the outside of the house some other time. Next, I'll show you the music room.
Okay, let's do some tumbling. Press the jump button. Now press it again and quickly press one of the directions and I'll jump that way.
I chose to install this gym mat instead to hone my acrobatic skills. It's a great space to practice my tumbling, and I love the natural light that comes in from the window over there. I first fell in love with gymnastics when I was a teenager, and have been doing them ever since. My parents organized musical lessons for both the piano and harp when I was very young, but I can't say I cared for them very much. I always preferred to be outdoors, though father rarely left me to my own devices for too long. They are still beautiful instruments to have around though, and I often like to listen when Winston plays. Let's move on to the next room.
The main hall. Sorry about the crates. I'm having some things put into storage and the delivery people haven't been yet.
This door leads to my boudoir, but I'd rather not let you in until I've had a chance to properly clean and furnish it. Everything is still all over the place as I move things in and out of storage. I'm renovating the bathroom and putting in a nice tub, and I'm looking into putting in a gun cupboard for my arsenal. I like to keep my firearms handy, but Winston isn't too keen on the idea. Let's go downstairs. Some background for you. The house was damaged during the English Civil War in 1644, where it was besieged and later occupied. After a failed attempt to recapture their home in 1645, my ancestors had to flee into exile and did not return until the restoration of the monarchy after 1660. The house's iconic half-timbered gables, which you saw outside, were added to replace damaged parts of the building. My relentless pursuit of archaeological treasures led me to enigmatic depths, where I unearthed the legendary Ark of the Covenant. One of my more famous discoveries, to be sure. Considering what's inside, and what happens when it's disturbed, I thought it best not to leave it lying around the house, so I'm having it put into storage. I wouldn't open it if I was you. Next, I'll show you what I've done with the ballroom. Follow me.
This used to be the ballroom, but I've converted it into my own personal gym. What do you think? Well, let's do some exercises.
The house was fully restored in 1884 by Admiral William Croft as a gift to his second son, William George Spencer, on his marriage to Eliza. The pair, who eventually inherited the manor, laid out the topiary gardens and other fineries still seen today. But I'm thinking of changing this to a hedge garden in the next few months.
I don't actually run everywhere. When I want to be careful, I walk. Hold down the walk button and walk to the white line. With the walk button down, I won't fall off even if you try to make me. Go on, try it. If you want to look around, press and hold the look button, then press in the direction you want to look. If a jump is too far for me, I can grab the ledge and save myself from a nasty fall. Walk to the edge with the white line until I won't go any further. Then press jump immediately, followed by forward, and while I'm in the air, press and hold the action button. Press forward and I'll climb up. If I do a running jump, I can make a jump like that, no problem. Walk to the edge with the white line until I stop. Then let go of walk and tap backwards to give me a run up. Press forward and almost immediately press and hold the jump button. I won't actually jump until the last minute. Right, this is a really big one. So do a running jump exactly as before, except while I'm in the air, press and hold the action button to make me grab the ledge. Nice. Try to vault up here. Press forward and hold action. I can't climb up because the gap is too small, but press right and I'll shimmy sideways until there is room, then press forward. Tap backwards and I'll jump off backwards. Immediately press and hold the action button and I'll grab the ledge on the way down.
I probably shouldn't leave this chest of gold just lying about. I'm considering making some alterations to the basement of the house, and maybe constructing a vault for some of the more valuable items. But I probably shouldn't be telling you about it. The house was lovingly modernized with the installation of electricity and a water supply in the late 1800s by William Bingham Croft, who cared deeply for the site and its history. It remains relatively unchanged since then, minus my gym equipment, of course. I always felt a bit confined at those stuffy balls we used to have here when I was young. Couldn't wait to get out of them, really. Besides, this equipment is far more useful. Now, to the final stop in our tour. Another of my favorite rooms in the house, the pool.
Let's go for a swim. The jump button and the directions move me around underwater.
I just love the glass ceiling and fresh plants, which Winston tends to dutifully. The tiles, mosaics and statues were all made by an Italian artisan and cost a small fortune. Let's jump in.
Air! Just use forward and left and right to manoeuvre around on the surface. Press jump to dive down for another swim about, or go to the edge and press action to climb out.
Right, that's all I have time for, I'm afraid. I'm meeting a client in Calcutta, India in a few weeks, and I want to have the house sorted before I leave.
Right, now I'd better take off these wet clothes.